Hey, do you ever get weary? Do you ever get tired? Do you ever get burned out? If you ever feel that way, you're going to love the verse of the day. It's from Galatians chapter 6, verse 9. And I hope that you'll subscribe, like, or share the content today so that others can be blessed and so you can be updated on all the great things that are going on this channel. Now listen to the verse. Let us not get tired of doing good, because in time we'll have a harvest if we don't give up. And I love that verse because it reminds us that sometimes when we're in the grind of life, we're doing the right things. Maybe you're doing exactly what God wants you to do, but that doesn't mean that you don't get tired. It doesn't mean that you don't get weary. Maybe you look around and you see people that don't have the faith or the discipline or the spiritual commitment that you have, and it feels like they're getting blessed more than you're getting blessed. Here's what Paul says. Listen, don't worry about that. If you're doing what God wants you to do, don't grow tired in doing good, because here's what motivates. Because in time, we will reap a harvest if we don't give up. In other words, God has a great spiritual harvest for you. Sometimes it's a physical harvest. Sometimes it's an emotional harvest. Sometimes it is the spiritual blessings of God that are being poured out on your life. But unfortunately, sometimes we give up. We get tired in the journey and we say, man, I'm not going to do what's right. I'm not going to do what God wants me to do. It's easier to do this or it's easier to do that. And we give up. But here's this great promise from the Apostle Paul. Listen, when you're doing good, even when you're not seeing the results, even where you're not where you really want to be, don't be discouraged. Because at the proper time, and the proper time is whenever God says it's the proper time, at that time, you will reap a spiritual harvest. So listen, be encouraged today. When you're tired, when you're weary, when you're uncertain, when you're worn out, know this, the harvest is coming. God bless you. Take a minute to subscribe, and I hope you have an amazing day as you think about this powerful verse, Galatians chapter 6, verse 9.